Today, we take a large chunk of mileage out of our journey to northern Indiana by traveling over 300 miles in hopes of getting a campsite at a state park in Iowa that has electric-only sites for $18 a night. It's July 27th, a Saturday, and along with the 88-degree day, all conspires against us in this endeavor. We can't assume there will be any spots available, so we're prepared to continue east if we have to. We head east from Aurora, Nebraska, heading for Kellogg, Iowa. The day's journey takes us along Interstate 80, across the eastern half of Nebraska and the western half of Iowa. The route takes us through and past Lincoln, Omaha, and Des Moines. We are grateful for the beautiful weather, straight roads, and very light traffic. We notice a couple things about our route. We find Iowa to be subjectively prettier than Nebraska. Maybe we find the symmetrical patterns in the Iowa cornfields to be more interesting to look at as we cruise by than the random scattering of the hay bales in Nebraska. We notice some very abstract sculptures adorning the overpass, followed by a very large American flag. We also enjoy watching the giant pinwheels alongside the roadway. Eventually, we get off the interstate at exit number 173 and head north on Highway 224. We are amazed at the majestic, sweeping fields of ethanol being grown on huge farms. The vastness and organic beauty of this enterprise is quite impressive. Eventually, we turn east on Highway F27 East and arrive at Rock Creek State Park. The park is quite large, and we find that the campground is on the back side of the lake, so we follow the signs. We drive over the dam, and we can see the campground off in the distance. The facility is expansive and just a bit confusing. We've never camped at a state park in Iowa before, so we're eager to see what that will be like. We make another turn and head towards the campground entrance. We pull up at the information kiosk, and I get out to see if there's any site availability information and to verify the pricing. We head off to explore the campground and to try and find a vacant site that's available. We find the campground to be quite pretty, with lots of lakeside sites along the entire shoreline, as well as a nice little marina to keep a boat. At first, we're optimistic, seeing how large the campground actually is. But it doesn't take us long to realize that this is a family-friendly park on a hot day on a Saturday afternoon. Our 4:30 p.m. arrival time doesn't bode as well as we were hoping for. At first, we didn't see any empty sites whatsoever, and then we spotted a couple that were vacant. We started to get excited, only to realize that they had a green reserve tag attached to each post. We searched and searched, only to be defeated by the dreaded green reserve signs. Finally, our persistence was rewarded as we found what was literally the only remaining unreserved site in the entire campground. We quickly pulled in and established ownership, followed by a walk up the hill to fill out the envelope and pay our $18. What's the name? Rock Creek?
Yes.
We finally got to relax and enjoy the beauty of this lakeside campground. We fix a quick meal under the cool roar of our 15,000 BTU air conditioner.
What do you got there, Yoli?